Timer's ticking. Last chance to hit those likes. Let's get the party started. Howdy! We're 1 minute late today. Or you can say I'm 31 minutes late. Whatever you decide to do. I already know you guys are going to come in with that today. What's going on? What's going on? Bitcoin dumped from the wedgie. Oh, man, another wedgie. Another wedgie. What's going on, man? What's going on? Excuse me. Holy crap. Excuse me, guys. What is going on? Another wedgie, another day. Bitcoin drops from a classic wedge formation. Now, what can we expect coming up now for Captain BT Sizzle? Well, let's see what your boy thinks is going to happen next, and you know what's precisely. And I'd love to know what you guys think is going to go next in the chat. So let me know in the chat, all you sort of crystal ballers. I know you guys all got crystal balls like me. I have the biggest crystal balls, though. I actually have two, and they're actually in my pants, if you know what I mean. But I know all you guys got one crystal ball. All right, some of you guys got two. Let me know what you think is going to happen in your little crystal ball this morning, okay? I'll tell you this. I already know what happened, I guess. It kind of happened last night. If you were on the stream last night, we were waiting for Jabba to get liquidated. He did get liquidated. And then right when Jabba got liquidated, they went for a stop, and they instantly liquidated him, and then it dumped, right? Basically, if you guys want a rewind of last night, okay, here's what basically happened if you missed this morning stream, okay? I'll give it 2 seconds. Ready? Rewind to yesterday. Woo! And then we'll do TA, okay? I know a lot of you guys come for the TA, a lot of you guys come for other stuff, but let's go rewind to yesterday. Woo! Wow! Look at Bitcoin hasn't pumped yet. Holy crap, look at Bitcoin. It's just chilling. It's not going to go anywhere. Wait, no. It's coming for my stop loss. No. The bulls are partying. I just got liquidated again. Wait, now it's dumping. What the hell? Why didn't I listen to Jordan? Come on, man. I'm done with this shit. I'm done with trading. Trading doesn't work. 97% of traders lose. It's true. I knew it. Anyways, that's basically what happened. So Bitcoin pumped and then it dumped. All right, here we go. So what did Bitcoin? So Bitcoin went up to 17,420. We already know this. We went over this morning. What is new? Well, we were looking for the support of the wedge to hold. The support of the wedge did not hold. We were looking for a retest, simply just a small little retest, you know, nothing crazy, of these previous lows. Okay, so we do this very simply. We have all our previous highs looking left, turning into a bunch of support looking right. So let's keep this very, very simple, my friends. And you know, if you put in a long position in here, bada bing, bada boom, there you go. You're learning. You long support and you short resistance. Very, very simple. But here we go. Bitcoin comes back down to support. What can we expect to happen now? Is Bitcoin good? Are we going back up? Or is this the end of this dump? Let's go over a few scenarios today, my friends. But first, let me say hi to you guys in the chat. What's going on, Drunk Bear? He said, oh, my Santa. No. Hold on. My God, man. We forgot the Santa hat today. Oh my God, we're going back down, guys. Here we go. I had to run and get the Santa hat. If you hear it clicking, it's my ankle. My ankle always clicks. Every step that I take, click, 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 clap, click, clap, click, clap. You probably hear it the whole way. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Maya said the Santa hat smells rancid. It has to go, said Hamilton. Yeah, dude, listen, we have it on now, so we're good. Maybe that's why we got a dump today, because I wasn't wearing the Santa hat. It all makes sense now. It all literally makes sense. Holy crap, we got to stick onto the Santa hat. Anyways, let's jump back in now that we have the Santa hat here, because it's kind of ridiculous that we weren't wearing the Santa hat. To be honest, I'm just saying. Let's jump back in. So Bitcoin obviously broke down from our wedge. What do we usually see on a breakdown of a wedge formation? Well, here's what I expect to happen next, all right? And I would look at that as two scenarios. First, scenario number one. Let's pretend, and both of them, I still think the same thing is going to happen here, okay? In my personal opinion. I don't think Bitcoin's topped out on this move up, okay? Now, it doesn't mean that we can't make a lower low here. So here's my two scenarios. The first scenario is Bitcoin broke down here, but the way I'm looking at this price action, which I think is very, very interesting, I go back up here, and this goes to the title that says, this looks very familiar. I go back up to this price action up here. And we were talking about this price action this morning, that this price action looks awfully freaking familiar.
What is support now and resistance?
Axis pump? Nice, man. About time. About time Axie pumped, man. I love it. Let's go.
Strap up. We're going to the moon.
But why does this price action look similar to our current price action? And have we seen this before multiple times for Bitcoin before actually coming back down? Well, here's what I'm looking at, okay? This is basically support level, all right, at previous highs, where you basically got one spike up, you back tested that support twice before getting that one big whoop stop hunt rise before dumping back down. And we've seen this multiple times in this bear market. If you actually go back and you look at all the times in the past, let's go look at some other times in the past. See if we can find a few other times. You'll notice these, like, it's almost like the market makers know what they're doing half the time. You know what I mean? You look back here. We see the rise up. What do we see? One hit, the two hits, third hit to the upside, dump it. So I still think that we're going to get that third hit to the upside. If you notice that before every drop, you get those three hits to the upside. So let's go back over here. Let's go all the way back over here, my friends, to our current price action. All right. So basically, and let's go back over here. Come on, man. Let's go all the way back. Woot, woot, woot. Let's go back over here. So right now, Bitcoin dropped from a wedge. What would the normal person say? Here what the normal person would say. Well, no, Bitcoin just broke down from a wedge. Well, this must be bearish. Like, well, the wedge breaks down 69% of the time, and the target is at the bottom of the wedge. So, you know, I learned this on free from YouTube, and it must be correct, no? It must be correct. So I do think Bitcoin's going back down to 16K. It almost makes sense now, right? Right, guys? Bitcoin going down to 16K? Okay. I know I FOMO'd. I FOMO'd in up here, but I'm going to sell down here at the loss. That sounds like a good idea, right? Okay. I'll be back. I'll be back next time. See you guys. Thank you. Thank you, horse. But I guess the common scenario would
What's your
be,
opinion on this portfolio
excuse me.
What would you change, if any? 50% adds 25%, BTC 5%, BNB 5%.
We're gonna name all your 5%. Come on.
5%.
Come on, then. This guy comes on the stream. This guy comes on the stream and says, "Do you like my portfolio? I have 25% Bitcoin, 25% ETH, 5% DOT, 5% Link, 2% Matic, 1% Gala." He names every single coin. He names every damn coin he has. Holy moly, man. Hold on, we'll look at it in 2 seconds. That's pretty funny, dude. You guys make me laugh today. All right. So here's scenario number 1 for us. Okay? Scenario number 1. So we broke down, but everyone thinks we're just going to crash back down. Now, I could see this point where, especially if, so the stock market was red today. If the stock market could have a bounce back up tomorrow, which I'll show you guys exactly why I think that the stock market could actually bounce back up a little bit into tomorrow, and that could cause this option number 1 to happen for Bitcoin. So everyone thinks it's going to go lower. Do we see that stop hunt rise, right? That third hit to the upside, which you guys are killing me in the chat. Chill. Do we see that third stop hunt to the upside where they spike it up once? Okay, they spike it up once. They spike it up twice. They spike it up the third time. And then they drop it back down, my friends. Could certainly see that standpoint, all right? Now, be very cautious. Be very cautious for that. So if they do bring it back up, don't think it's going to the moon. Make sure you're taking profits on the way up, because you can also see this second option, which, guys, if you ever look at charts, you know there's multiple options, right? Don't be pigeonholed into one thing. If you pigeonhole into one thing, you're going to be caught off guard. You're going to be caught off with your thumb up your ass when it doesn't work out, all right? Not everyone wants to be Becker with the thumb up their ass, okay? A thumb up your mom's ass if it's Becker. I don't know. One of the two. But here's option number 2, okay? Option number 2, they don't stop. They don't come up and they rise it. Well, you look down, and this is on the 4-hour chart. There's still some liquidity down here, right? You see this vector candle right here, this yellow vector candle spanning down here from about 16,400 all the way up to 16,800. There's another one of these bad boys up here, man. So, do they rise it back up? Simply retest that little bit of wedge formation, okay? And that's why you have to be careful. If they do bring it up here in the short term, I want you guys to be careful, because you won't know if it's a retest or if it's a rise past that up until it already happens, right? So if you didn't enter along down here, at this point, you know, unless it comes back down and retest again, you kind of missed out on that, in my opinion. But you do you. So if they come up and retest this, you reject, which is basically you taking these vector candles here, or that liquidity here, okay? Do they then bring it back down to this level right here? Where at that point, either scenario for me, I do think they're still more likely to bring it up higher before they bring it back down. You guys will keep saying, "No, Jordan, no, Jordan, there's no way." Or, you know, we can come up with Mickey Mouse voice. "Jordan, there's no way they can bring it up. What's going to cause it to bring up?" All right? Well, you can think that all you want, but it is what it is. Option number 2, they bring it back down, test these previous highs, take this vector candle down here, and then they rip it back up. Those are my 2 scenarios, okay? If neither of those scenarios happen and we just insta-dump, you guys can come for my head. But like I always like to say, let's let the charts play out, all right? Now, not many people will tell you what they think. They'll tell you, okay, I'm going to give you the bearish scenario, bullish scenario. I'm not going to give you what I think. I'll tell you what I think. I'll tell you what I think. Now, which way it plays out, who knows? Who knows? We don't really know that, but I do think that my personal scenario, they do smack. I do think they smack that $17,600, man. I don't see why they don't in the short term. I don't see why they don't come and test that June, that previous low that we had from June. I don't see why they don't come and test that. You know, so let's see what we got. And anyways, rant alert. Jordan, you guys hate that voice. Let me know if you like the Mickey Mouse voice. If you don't like the Mickey Mouse voice, well, you know what? Here's what I gotta say to you. Your mom doesn't like Mickey Mouse, right? You know what she likes? I'll tell you what she likes. She likes Goofy. Why she like Goofy? She calls my little candle, or I guess I should say, my big candle Goofy. All right? You know why? Because it goes absolutely nuts on her. That's why. Get it? No nuts? Pun intended, bitch. All right. That's all I got for you guys today. I'm going to get out of here with my dirty mouth. And, you know, your mom wants a little bit of dirtiness tonight. But I don't think you guys want that in the stream. You guys want some positivity. I'll let Jordan spread the positivity. I'm very anti-positive. Okay? I'm out of here. Peace out. Enjoy your short-term gains before Bitcoin goes back down to about 10K. All right? See you guys. Becker out. Thanks, Beck. Thanks, Beck the pet. All right. So I said I don't see why they don't bring up the 17.6 to test the June low. At the very, very least, I'm going to stand by it, man. Listen, most people who were bullish yesterday are going to be bearish today. Not enough has happened for me to get ultra bearish. Okay, I will say that I have my ways that I will be, and I will tell you guys this: how I get bearish, and how I will not like the price action, and how I'm actually looking for shorts potentially is if Bitcoin on this rise up is unable to hold this level here. Okay, if this level around 16,600 does not hold, that's when I think that, you know, you can sort of cut this little rise up out and say, okay, you know, at that point, do we come in and sort of test the lows and possibly go lower at that point? Up until that point, I don't expect that to happen until the FOMC meeting coming up next week. But that's when I'll sort of cut it and say, okay, this is dunzo. Dunzo bunzo. All right, so we have our levels. We have our levels that we have to look out for. Everything's fine and dandy in the cryptoverse at the moment. You know, people, you know, it's one day everyone's bullish, one day everyone's bearish. I think right now everyone's crabbish, right? Let's do a poll. Let's do a poll real quick. And this is my favorite poll because normally, guys, we'd sit up here and ask, are you bullish or are you bearish? But today we're gonna do, are you what for December? Let's do this. Are you bullish for December? You know? Are you bearish for December? Or option number 3, are you crabbish for December? Let me know in the poll, guys. Bullish, bearish, or crabbish for December? I want to know right now. How are your bones feeling? How are your veins feeling right now? Let me know. Thinking most people are going to vote crabbish. I would say makes the most sense to be crabbish. I guess I remain crabbish. I'm definitely not like uber bullish. I'm definitely not uber bearish. You could probably call me crabbish as well. For sure. All right. So that is that time frame. That's the super short term time frames. I let you know my thoughts and where my levels and, you know, my invalidations and stuff like that and everything in between. But I think you guys get the sense of what I'm looking at there. Let me see. Pump and dump, said Ironhawk. The pump and dump. You definitely can't hate the pump and dump. Now, you know, let me get rid of that here because that was sort of already played out. You know, I still look at this and I guess the reason why I'm still a little bit cautious, I would say, is you know, look at the current price action for Bitcoin. Okay, now, and notice what we just said earlier. Do you guys see any similarities to what we've seen in the past? Okay, where we have this long consolidation, we have the breakout of that consolidation, and then, you know, this is where everyone gets super excited, and And you know, listen, I get the potential to be excited, but I think it's a little bit premature, okay? It's a little bit premature. Jared, why are you telling everyone about me being premature? My God, man. Listen, that's not why I haven't had a girlfriend in a while, all right? No, girls don't like crypto guys right now, all right? They like, I don't know. I think they like each other. I don't know. I think that, but, you know, don't tell everyone about that. That's not very nice. I'm going to work on that. All right. Let me try to work on that here. All right, guys, see ya. Anyways, let's come back over here. A little bit premature. I think, you know, you go into the December FOMC meeting, which, like we said, we have right here coming up next week. It's coming soon, man. I'm so excited for it. I am so excited because this is the one that, you know, sort of, you know, we got, actually, next week is big. You got the CPI coming up on Tuesday the 13th. You got the FOMC meeting coming up on Wednesday the 14th. Okay, and you got Powell speaking on the 14th. So, you know, I think, you know, wait for that, I would say, before you get uber bullish. But if they do come out, CPI ends up coming in lower. You know, we don't know a lot of these times. You know, we're sort of expecting it to be lower. If it is, cool, awesome. That's a plus. And also, if they do come out with that 50 basis point rate hike, okay, cool. That's what the market expects. I don't expect much from that. And then what Powell says, a lot of factors next week. But I look at this price action, and it keeps me a little bit on edge because I see this downtrend of resistance broken for Bitcoin, and I go back up here. Right? You just look at this. Look at this structure. Look at the breakout, the higher high. Okay, and look at what we've done in the past. Okay, so we sort of see this. We see this from the last consolidation level. Okay, where we have, you know, not obviously as clean, but, you know, same sort of standpoint. We get the breakout, we come up, everyone gets uber bullish right here, and look at the price action. It's like the same price action too. One spike, two spikes, still waiting for that third spike up. Okay, and then the dump. Almost a carbon copy. And if you go back up to the next consolidation, look at that. It's the same shit. Holy moly. Look at this. Consolidation, downtrend, breakout, one spike, two spikes, three spikes, break. So that leaves me a little bit cautious, right? It leaves me not wanting to get too overzealous as the prices move up. Now, if prices come back down again, okay, we get a little bit zealous, but respect this. And can we even go back up further and find something like this? I don't think so. Now, this was a little bit different price action, but you guys get my point. You guys, I think most of you guys get my point at this point. This is February. Do we have something similar in February? February was kind of similar too. If you look at it, it's these freaking deviations, man. Look at this. Look at this. It's not a downtrend of resistance, but look at this. High, 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 spike up, bring it down, spike up a third time, deviation, boop, back down. So I guess my point is here, 17.5 is the target, and we got pretty close. We got the 17,425, but I'm still expecting that third little push, that third little muesli push back up to the upside, man. All right, but stay cautious. Stay cautious until next week. Hold up. You guys are probably looking at me like this. Bro, are you serious? We're already dead. You want to kick us down more? I come here for hopium. Shit, I have no hopium left. I have no soul left. I'm a damn skull at this point, bro. Oh my God, man. We're all dead already. Is anyone alive? Let me know in the chat if you're alive. If you're watching right now, let me see you in the chat. Okay? We need something to fight over tonight. Where can we fight over tonight? What can we fight over here? Let's go back to BTC short term. 17,002 for BTC. So, I mean, it's funny. I mean, Bitcoin's been at this level pretty much all of since Wednesday of last week. It really hasn't gone anywhere. It's been up and down in reality. But, yeah, let me know when you're in the chat. Deader than disco, said John. John, I know you're deader than disco. John's trolling me. I know that John's better than Disco because John's trolling me. John, you got me good yesterday, man. I got to give it to you. John got me pretty good yesterday. John knows how to push the buttons. The people who've been watching the stream for like a year and a half or at least a year know how to push my buttons. There's a few things that push my buttons. If you know how to push my buttons, that means you know me pretty well. It's always nice to know you're here, Joe. What's going on, Sarush? Sarush, I miss you being in the chat, buddy. Hopefully you're back in here regular pretty soon. Let's see. Anyone else that I noticed? Paul, what's going on, buddy? He said smash the like. Life on Track said lurking. Look at there's so many people that always used to be in the chat that are just lurking now. That's okay. Because I know at least you guys are here. And you guys will be back lurking in that chat. I know you guys will be lurking in the chat. And I don't know. Who knows? Who knows at this point? We got a long way to go to get out of the woods, as we know. But holy moly. All right. Have we talked enough about the short-term Bitcoin charts so far? I think we get the scenarios here, right? You guys get what I think in the short term here. Okay. 17.6 spike. You know, if there's any way we break 17.6, okay, cool. I mean, maybe 18,000. I don't know if we get higher than 18K. If we get higher than 18K, give it to me. Give it to me all day. But I don't see us getting higher than that here. I think it's more likely we sort of crab here for the next week and a half until the FOMC meeting, where the FOMC meeting could be a catapult. One way or the other. Okay. Which way? You never know with this shit. All right. Let's sort of go into the weekly time frame. So, man, the weekly time frame is the most interesting to me because I think it's setting up for something, and it might not be fully set up yet. The reason why I look at this is the daily. Holy shit, Jordan. This is the daily time frame. Damn, how did I lose a trade to this idiot? He thought that was the weekly and it was the daily. God. No wonder I beat this guy all year in trading. You know, I'm cute and I'm smarter than Jordan. Guys, who's cuter, me or Jordan? Who's better at trading, me or Jordan? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know, guys. You guys are like, Java, get out of here, man. Java, you're not cute. Jabba, get out. You're not cute. You're fatter than hell. You're really fat. No, okay, I didn't mean it. Don't cry. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it, Jabba. Yeah, just go back on Bybit. Go back on Bybit. Okay, thank you. To me, that the weekly, you know, here's what I see from the weekly. A couple different things. Okay, a couple different things. We know that we're sitting on this previous high from real quick. January 2018, all right? January 2018, we're sitting on that high, chilling there. What else do we got going on? Well, we also know that from the swing lows to the swing highs, we're also sitting at that 786 retracement as well. So this is a key level that we're currently sitting at. What else do we know, right? Well, let's just state the things that we know at this point. Well, we're below the previous low. So there's no reason to be ultra bullish, guys, until we get back above. And I've always said until we get back above 19K, there's no reason to be super bullish here, right? If we get back above 19K, we can start putting the moon. No, just putting the moon helmet back on. Maybe we can start putting the moon helmet back on, but not at this point. Not at this point. So we know we're below the previous low, and you know, I sort of look at the price action, and let me take this. Let me do some of this. I guess. So I guess we can start with this. I have one point I want to make, but I guess we can start with this. Weekly stocks are crossing, which is always a good sign at the lows. Now, but I'm not too concerned with that because you can stay low on that for a while. And I don't want to sound like ultra biased. Oh, we're going to the upside, man. Look at this one bullish indicator. We're going to the upside. I guess the one thing I want to note, and what I want to continue to note, is we want to avoid this weekly weekly MACD flip. Whenever that happens in the bear market, we tend to have a massive drop of like 40 to 50%, right? Go back to any bear market. I'm not going to go over it today. We've gone over it a million times in the past, but we have avoided that these last couple weeks. You notice here that we were about to get that crossover back in the end of November. Last few weeks, we were able to come back up and avoid it. For now, okay? I will always say for now. That can easily change with one massive weekly red candle, okay? But I want to make that note. The other thing I want to note real quick is on the RSI is, why is it like this, man? I hate when the RSI is like this. It looks so nasty. Why is this? Guys, can I make a quick rant alert?
Rant alert.
Why is this the default RSI? This thing is so ugly. Why is it purple with a purple background with the yellow moving average coming in here? You couldn't have picked a worse color scheme, TradingView, for the default. Holy shit, man. I gotta change this real quick. This is ridiculous. I don't know why it always changes on me anyways. Let's change this real quick. Let's do this. Let's get rid of this stupid this. Okay, that'll do for now. That's a little bit better, I guess. All right. You guys can't even see it on there, actually. You can't even see it. It's horrible, bro. Here's the second thing I'm looking for. All right? And this could still take a while to play out. And this doesn't necessarily have to play out this way, but I look where we're on the weekly, okay? Now, I simply look at, we did have some bullish divergence. I don't think you can say you have bullish divergence anymore, right? The reason why I say that is you're picking straws. You did have it here, right? And that was playing out wonderfully until Sam Bitchman-Fried had to come in and ruin it for us. You look at it now, you can't say you still have it, man. You're picking straws because you're taking this low to this low, and you're sort of coming up like this. Okay, sure, I guess you can do that, but this is the more logical way to do it for me. If you want to go on higher time frames, cool. Okay, you can do it that way, but I sort of do something like this, and I say, okay, I don't really think you have that going for you anymore. Right? Take it for what you will. Now, that could set up for sort of a longer term time frame. Let me go back over here. Sort of a longer term time frame way, and I look at the 2-week chart, and the 2-week chart still looks a little iffy, man. I don't know, and I don't see us just going whoop like this from this current point. I do think you end up building a little bit more of a base, right? You come up a little bit higher here. Okay, you start to come back. Maybe you come back down, something like this. And you build out, sort of this longer term divergence where you have the sellers are getting exhausted over the long term, something like this. And then this starts to come back up like this. Okay, bada bing, bada boom. We got a longer term divergence. I still think something like this is more likely, which is not what we want to see. And you might not do this, but you might have like a little bit rally or something like this. But I see something like this playing out over the course of time, So let's see what we got. Let's work this out. But I still think we got a way to go, my man. I do. Jordan, are you serious? Are you not a George anymore? Everyone in the chat who's a George, say it with me. I am George. We're all George. Come on, I need my cult in here, guys. My cult is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Say it with me, my friends. I am George. We're all George. I'm perma-bullish. We're all perma-bullish. Say it with me again. One more time. Say it with me in the chat. George, I am not even George anymore. I am sick of you. I don't want to hear bullish. We haven't been bullish all year. Enough of the detective charts. Oh, John said, I'm bored. We're all bored. You gotta love it, John. You gotta love it, Johnny boy. Johnny boy. I love Johnny boy, man. I could never troll John. The fact that John likes to troll me hurts my soul, man. That hurts my soul. God, man. John, maybe one day you won't troll me, man. Maybe one day you won't. Okay? All right. What else is important? Well, I guess, I guess something interesting we look at real quick. Let's look at the yearly chart real quick. Okay, because I know a lot of people are saying bearish engulfing on the yearly. Okay, sure. Get a bearish engulfing on the yearly. That is absolutely true. Now, people will also say you've never done this in the past, and I would agree too. Now, so the yearly chart is interesting because you really have two important levels, in my opinion, on the yearly chart. Okay, you have. I look at this and I say you have this high here. Let me take the little magnet tool here. You have this high right here at 19,800. And then you have the close highs here at 14. Look at this. This level right here is huge on the yearly chart at like 13,800. Look at how many times this got tagged. You closed at it, you wicked at it in January 2019. That's actually pretty sick. Right now you're sitting right in between the two. You can't make this shit up, man. Look at this. You're sitting right in the middle of those two right now, right? Between 19,800 and 14K. Something tells me, and guys, this is my gut feeling, okay? You take my gut feeling for what it is. Something tells me that Bitcoin will close or wick, right? So for the downside, could be a wick. Will close or wick to one of these two, okay? I guess I should say Bitcoin will either close at 19,800 or will wick at 14K. The yearly charts always seem to have these like weird little matchups. Something tells me one of those two will happen. I don't know why. I just have this little feeling in me that one of those two will get tagged or closed at. I don't know. You guys think I'm crazy? Let me know. You might call me a little crazy there, but if you actually take halfway where we're at, let's take this to this and see where we're sitting right now. Look at where we're sitting. You can't make this shit up, man. Look at where we're sitting from that close to the wick. Look at, you're sitting right at 16,800 is that halfway point. And the halfway point or the 50% level of any range is always a huge range, man. And that's why we're sitting right at it right now. It's absolutely nuts how that stuff works out, man. Absolutely craziness. Craziness. Let's see what Bitcoin does here, man. It'll be interesting. I come before your mom. Nice, man. You leave the mom hanging. Hold up. Well, let's bring out... You leave the mom hanging? Let me see. Dan, you're not supposed to tell people that, all right? All right? Do not tell people that. I let you do it first because I'm not a selfish bitch like these other chicks out here, okay? So you can do it first. But you know, one of these times, I would like to come. God. I would like to do it first, okay? God. Damn. I don't know why I have a country accent. I don't know why Camirand has a country accent today. But holy moly, man. Let's just act like that didn't happen. All right, 17,020 for BTC at the moment. We're waiting for one of the two options, man. Either way, I do think this at least tags this wedge, right? Right at the bottom of this wedge. Ice Sniper said, Jordan, think of the children. What children? Okay, we've got to think of the children. Let's play this. They like this.
Bitcoin's going to 10K.
They like that a lot. What child would not like that? Or this?
Jordan, how do I buy some Bitcoin?
They like that too. They like that too. You know what I mean? I like crypto. B-Water loves crypto. I know B-Water loves crypto. Okay. Let's look at some of my favorite charts. Let's jump on into a little bit. Actually, let's talk about Ethereum real quick. We'll talk about ETH. Okay, a little bit of ether. We got a little ether in my life. Let's do rap with the ether. So ETH today, I mean, look at ETH just ranging, man. Up, down, like a little snail. We could probably just draw a snail. Let's draw it. Let's draw a snail. Let's take off this. Let's draw a snail. Let's see if I can draw a snail. So you got the shell. It's kind of like a shell, actually. It's like whoop, 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 whoop. A little bit of shell. And then you sort of got the head that's coming out like this. Whoop. And this is the worst snail ever. Let's just do an eye. I don't even know if snails have eyes, but there you go. Let's give him a mouth too. It's more of a turtle. It's more of a turtle than anything, I guess. Yeah, it's more of a turtle. Let's make it a turtle. No, okay. Enough of that. But I was trying to draw a snail. It came out like a turtle. It is what it is. But you're sort of just ranging here for ETH. It's... Look at where it's sitting, man. I mean, it's just sitting all these previous lows, okay, which turned into resistance. And now you're sort of just, you're kind of flip-flopping between it being support and being resistance. You know what I mean? You're kind of just in this little limbo range for Ethereum. Now, to me, nothing really changed for ETH. I still like ETH, just like Bitcoin, to get that smack up to the upside. Because the same thing. I look up here for Ethereum and I see this juicy thing. You see this thing right here? This is moolah. This is moolah for the market maker to come up and take right here. You see this thing? That looks pretty juicy to me. I don't know about you, but the market makers would love to take that candle. It's like a little lollipop here. You see this? Little lollipop. But, hold up. We come back over here, and let's zoom in just a little bit. Let's go to the short-term price action. Look at Ethereum just chopping. What has Ethereum done that Bitcoin hasn't done? I look at ETH and I say, ETH has already taken liquidity to the downside. Look at the 4-hour candle here. So this is basically the 4-hour candle we're talking about for Bitcoin. ETH already took that bad boy, right? We came down for it right here. Took half of the vector candle, perfect. Popped back up, came back down again. I bet that was another hourly candle. Let's see. Hourly candle. It's not on this chart actually. I bet this one on Binance is one, but we sort of came back down for the lows again, tagged the lows, and all of a sudden we start to look back up and we say, okay, I know Bitcoin's doing its thing, but it's kind of the same thing as last time. If ETH can smack this level right here, which is basically the previous lows, same thing as Bitcoin, right? It's the same setup as BTC, just in a different structure, okay? Whereas Bitcoin, we know, has to break back above the wedge formation, okay? And if it does, we're going up. If Bitcoin breaks back into the wedge, we're tagging this high here. We are tagging this high. Same thing for Ethereum. If Ethereum can tag or break through this previous low, just like it did here, we're going back up to tag at least all this little juiciness up here, my friends. At the very, very least. And at that point, we'd be surprised if we come and test more juiciness up here. All right? So this is the key swing level right here for ETH. Is this previous low at like 1,271. Mark it in your books, okay? Write it down in your books. And we'll go down in the history books, all right? Oh my God, I didn't think I was going to have to come on the stream today. Oh man, Jordan was bearish this morning. Now he's back bullish? Oh my God, one day. All I want is one full day where Jordan's bearish. And now he's bullish again. Oh my God, man. He's more bullish than my right nut, which is twice as big as my left nut. Oh my God, man. I just want one bearish stream from Jordan. Christ. Look at the economy. It's shit. Okay? Inflation's not topped out. It's going to go back up to the upside. All right? God. All right. Anyways. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Captain Mike, for coming in here and giving me your input. I don't care what you think, Michael. Okay? I don't care what you think. Okay? Yes, I was only bearish for half a day. Get at me, bro. All right. But we're not going to go over too much more for Ethereum. I think Ethereum is a pretty clean chart. You know where if ETH comes up, tags this level, gets rejected, it's coming back to lower. If ETH is able to reclaim this, we're coming up to the highs. Very clean chart for ETH. I like ETH's chart. It's very, very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. Kusapa. Shushaka. All right. Captain Mike. Get out of here, Captain Mike. No, I think Mike's more of like a private. I think Mike more of like a private. I don't know about you guys. Let me do some of these. Before we jump onto some of these, let me go back to BTC's chart here. And then we're going to look at the S&P, which the S&P is at support. The S&P has a big day tomorrow, guys. This whole week is really a big week for the S&P. It's going to have to decide what it wants to do this week. And I'll show you guys exactly why in a second. But let me do some of these here. Vino said, bro, Axie pumped. What is support, now resistance? Let's see this Axie pump, man. This if you say Axie pump, it better have pumped nicely, man. You might not. You better not be saying it pumped for no reason. Let's see. Okay, nice little pump. I'll give it to you. Okay. All right, so Axie, where is the support resistance? Well, it tagged the resistance level. So I think you already saw the move, unfortunately. Basically, I mean, holy, look at that freaking wick, man. Is this a scam wick on Axie? Look at this thing. Whoop, whoop, whoop. That's some craziness. Last Sunday, on a Sunday too. Holy moly, look at that. Look at that little scam wick on Binance. You gotta love it, man. But no, this, I mean, I see this as basically just a stop hunt, and really more often just coming up and take this, either this wick liquidity, or if this is fake, you're coming to take this the top of that vector there. You basically wicked right to the top of that wick of that vector candle right there. So that is probably where this tops out in the short term. I mean, I don't see why. I mean, I look at this. I mean, he has a pretty hefty bearish div form in here. You see this? It keeps making higher highs, and sort of keeps making lower highs on the short term RSI level. So I think this one pulls back, man. After a pretty massive spike up. I mean, this one today went up almost 50% pump. This is probably going to have a red day tomorrow, right? I mean, more than likely. Unless Bitcoin like rockets to the upside, which I don't think Bitcoin rockets to the upside. But yeah, I think this one's more than likely topped out for the short term, my friend. All right. Let me see. What's your... All right. Here's unknown list. This is the best super chat in the game right here. All right. Let me know what you think about my portfolio. What would you change, if any? 50% ETH, 25% BTC, 5% BNB, 5% Matic, 5% DOT, 5% Link, 5% ADA. I bet there's more, but we're not going to go all into this. I like your portfolio, man. 50% ETH, 25% BTC, 5% Matic, 5%. I gotta say, it looks very similar to someone else's that I know. Did you steal my portfolio? Anyways, 50% ETH, 25% BTC, 5% BNB, 5% Matic, 5% DOT, 5% Link, 5% ADA. I like that one. Now, it depends how much of a risk taker you are, right? You know, you have two different types of people, right? You have pessimists and you have optimists. If you're an optimist, your portfolio is awesome, man. Your portfolio is perfect. If you're a little bit of a pessimist, okay, having 75% in altcoins, just be careful, because we don't know what, if any, regulation is coming. So, as always, just always take that into effect, okay? If you are a altcoin maxi or someone who has like 90% of their portfolio in altcoins, just remember, regulation is possible over the course of the next 2 years. Maybe it doesn't happen, and we all go to the moon. But always take that into account too. Other than that, love your portfolio, man. I like all those in your portfolio. I mean, I own all those, so I can't say I don't unless I'll be lying to myself. You know, 97% BTC. David, what's going on, buddy? 99% Gala, 1.1% free coins. Free coins. Woo! Free coins, man. Free coins. All right. Let's take a look at the S&P. So why is the S&P at a big level, guys? Well, this is the meat and potatoes of everything you need to watch out for right now. The S&P today, and I guess this was somewhat expected. We said this morning. I don't see this breaking it in the first try. Okay, and so far the S&P got rejected from this very clean rejection point. I mean, I will say the market makers have made it very easy to see the tops of the S&P runs. They've made it very easy in this bear market. Okay, extremely easy. You know, and as always, respect resistance until it's not broken. So respect this resistance. And if you look, we also have a rising wedge, and you're also getting the MACD cross on the daily back down to the downside as well. So you got some bearish stuff going on here on the S&P. As always, this can turn around, especially in at least a short-term uptrend. You notice where we bounced off to today, we bounced off of right at the lows of that wedge formation, okay? Literally right at the lows. So going into the rest of this week, we need to decide, and we'll find out by this week, because if you notice, this downtrend of resistance and this upward sloping support line of the wedge converge, right, at the end of this week. So something's got to give here. Either the wedge is going to break to the downside, or this will finally break out to the upside. I still think, and I know this is not the pop. I know you guys wanted to see the markets go to the upside. Actually, should I even say that anymore? Like, I don't know if most people want the price to go up. We live in a backwards world now where we want people to get laid off. We want markets to go down, and we want everyone to be miserable. We live in sort of a backwards world at this point. But, you know, I still lean that this will break to the downside. You know, maybe you come and back test this again, but ultimately, or you even get a little bit of fake out and then you come back down. Ultimately, I do think this breaks to the downside eventually. And I don't think it comes all the way back down to the lows. I think that's when you'll get like a higher low. But this is the chart you need to be watching this week, guys. Bitcoin's great. This is going to dictate what happens, in my opinion. Okay? So watch this like a hawk. Like a hawk, right? Not being hawkish like Jerome Powell. But watch this like a freaking hawk, man. Let's see Bitcoin. Bitcoin's still just chilling on support. Now, also going into that fact, well, here comes Mike again. Mike, what do you want now, bro? Oh, freaking Christ. Jordan, just tell him straight up, okay? Stop trying to sugarcoat it. We're dumping, bro. We're dumping. There's no way we're breaking that right now. Inflation's still high. Powell still says we're bearish. Powell, listen, we haven't even got the Fed pivot yet. When the Fed pivots, we're going to see a massive 50% drop. All right? Just stop sugarcoating it. Just tell them. Christ, man. Oh, Christ. Mike, okay? We get it, Mike, okay? We get it. Chill. We don't want your opinion anymore. Yo, Young Chi, what's up, buddy? What does Mike want for Christmas? I think Mike wants a dump, man. Mike just wants to see the markets go on fire. Mike wants this, basically. Basically, Mike wants that in a movie, okay? That's basically what Mike wants at this point, which is ridiculous. You could say Mike or Clint, either one. That's basically. But let's go. To sort of go on my point with the S&P, all right? And we're gonna keep looking at this. Bitcoin versus the S&P. Bitcoin will outpace. I will say this right now, and I'll make this clear. Over the next couple months, Bitcoin will outpace the S&P, okay? Bitcoin will outpace the S&P. You see this? We're booked. You got this marked down. And if I'm wrong, you could quote this. Bitcoin will outpace the S&P in the next couple months. Book it, man. Book it. All right, we'll go over why in a different video, but not now. Do I want to go over this today? Not really. I don't really want to go over this today. This is Bitcoin versus USDT. This one's kind of, this is always an interesting chart I like to look at too, because this one, you know, the downward sloping trend line since all-time highs. You'll notice, I mean, you can even stretch this out over here, but you'll notice that, you know, we're sort of not really close to it, but if you sort of zoom in, we are getting with a flirt. We could possibly be flirting with this if we do get another run up. But that's also another reason why, you know, I mean, this matches up perfectly with what I expect. This is also another reason why, even if we do come up higher, I think this is going to be a strong resistance point right here, man. And you could still see that, you know, sort of test the lows or even the lower low before eventually coming back up into 2023. But, you know, that's besides the point there. Everything kind of matches up very, very perfectly there. But we'll keep watching this. This chart is getting super, super tight. This one's getting tighter than the nut sack hanging on this tree over here. There's no nut sacks. There's no nut sacks. We do have a tree. It has an acorn. It has a moose. It has a bell. It has a house. Another acorn. Some lights. Santa Claus hanging from a rope on the top. That's so wrong, actually. Santa Claus hanging from a rope on the top. No, he's hanging on it like this. But yeah, there's a nice little tree over here. 5K. All right. So that's what we got. Very, very tight over here. Very, very tight. When you zoom in further, it looks like it's going up. When you zoom in further. Altcoins. Any altcoins doing anything? Not freaking really, man. It's not the day of the altcoins today, my friends. Sol, I think still has, I think Sol still has one of the better looking altcoin charts. As funny as that sounds, say it like that. As funny as that sounds, you still sort of got that left shoulder head, right shoulder formation. It's rounding out here, rounding out. Still looking for 18 Sol, 18 Solana. That's kind of sad at this point, but 18 Solana. Is sort of still a little target there. Most other altcoins ain't really moving today though. Get some action on Litecoin. Litecoin, as we know, kind of started this little run, right? November 10th is when Litecoin started to go up. When did Bitcoin start to get a rise? Let's see. So Bitcoin started to get a rise November 10th. I guess Bitcoin was kind of consolidating there. So Litecoin seems to try to be making another stab to the upside, which is very, very interesting. I mean, maybe this is a precursor of what we see from Bitcoin. It's very similar price action if you look. Litecoin basically broke the highs. The last couple of days, it's been consolidating above. Okay, it had a first hit to the upside, second hit to the upside, made a low. Now it's getting that third hit to the upside. This is very reminiscent of what the Bitcoin price action could look like. And maybe what Litecoin does going into tomorrow could give us a little precursor of what Bitcoin does. As crazy as that sounds, could be. So we'll watch Litecoin. Litecoin is a very interesting chart here. And if I look at Litecoin, is Litecoin actually breaking out on the daily RSI? Let's see. Let's take this. You can make you can make a little bit of case. I wouldn't say so yet, though. Still a little bit of way to go. Let's go back to BT Sizzle. BT Sizzle, my nizzle, baby. Let me see you guys are saying in here. BTC can't get it up? Yeah, he can't get it up, man. He cannot get no shit up. Let me see what you guys said in this poll, by the way. Are you what for December? 41% say bullish, 29% say bearish, and 30% say crabbish. So I am actually... See... I'm so surprised at these polls sometimes, because what I see in the chat, and I guess I can't take the chat. What I see from the chat, I see more bearish than bullish in the chat. I also see more bearish than bullish on Twitter and on Reddit. Maybe it's because people who are in the chat, are mostly trolls and stuff like that. Not everyone. I'm not calling all you guys trolls, even though a lot of you guys are trolls. But that's okay. That's okay. I'm a troll. You guys know me. I'm a troll too. Man. Hold on. Did you actually know what I saw today? Actually, dude, I lost his head, man. I lost his goddamn head. Oh man. I saw that. There's another altcoin coming. There's another altcoin coming, my guys. All right.
And I'm here to bring you this cryptocurrency video. Bitcoin has fallen out from this falling wedge, and I have made 100x on my long position over here on Bybit. You guys should go use my Bybit link. Links down in the description. Bybit link.
Get Bitcoin at 48K. No, you like Bybit, bitch. We got another altcoin coming in hot, man. We got another altcoin coming in hot. Okay, I don't know what it's called. But if we go like any of these influencer coins, man, I would not get in any of these influencer coins. Yeah, this one got absolutely annihilated. Listen, all coins went down, but this This one went from $1 to almost 2 cents at this point. You guys know this one, okay? And the other one that everyone and their mother was shilling, and no one talks about this anymore. I always say this. This one, 70 cents to 3 cents, with really no bounces at all. This one, yeah, okay. I mean that's really that. So there's another one out there, if you guys know what I mean. And I would be, actually, I probably shouldn't say this, but you guys know what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Nope.
Based on these other ones, don't fall for it, my friends. Do not fall for it. Cody, what's going on? He said, sorry, guys, no Santa rally this year. Cody, I remember when Cody was like, I am George, we're all George. Cody was bullish every day. Kind of like me. Kind of like me.
Bruh.
Let's see. More like VSAD. Let's see. Kobe's calling out Bybit today for listing another blank scam. Yeah. Listen, man. I've said what I have to say. I'm not going to call anything a scam, but it is what it is. Jordan the Fisherman. Why am I the fisherman? I actually do like to fish sometimes. It's a little bit boring, I guess, to sit there and fish all day. But, for maybe a half hour, I don't mind fishing. Anyway, do you guys like to fish? Any of you guys go fishing at all? I personally, for me, like I said, half hour tops, I can sit there and have patience. Guys, I have a very short attention span. When it comes to just sitting and doing nothing, my mind needs to be doing something, okay? Whether it's singing, looking at something, working on something. My mind's always got to be engaged, okay? I don't have a very long attention span. So for me, fishing doesn't work, man. Fishing doesn't work. Oh, man, my eyes itchy all of a sudden. Holy moly. All right, come on, BTC. Show them what we got. We got our 2 options here. We know our 2 options. 2 options. Bitcoin breaks back up here. Going straight to 17.6 if it can break back into the wedge. If it comes up here, gets resistant from the wedge, for the Ethereum Classic, man. Ethereum Classic all day, man. I don't know why sometimes I got a lisp. Ethereum Classic, the wedge formation. I love the wedge formation. It's only on certain words. It came up here, and yes, I can say that because I actually do have, on some words, I do have a lisp. So don't cancel me for talking about a lisp. Rise up, rejected. Coming down to the 16.6, and then I'm specking that sort of rise back up. Those are my 2 scenarios here. My 2 scenarios. And yes, they're both up to the upside because I still expect Bitcoin to come up a little bit higher. So if you're going to say, oh, Jordan, both your predictions are to the upside, that's what I think is going to happen. If we break this level, well, I was wrong. On to the next one. On to the next. On to the next. On to the next. I almost forgot about the wedge. Did you forget about the wedge? Very, very true, Mr. Hart. Very, very true. He identifies as he had the lisp. We forgive the lisp. Thank you. But anytime I say Ethereum Classic, just expect me to have a lisp. What is this, by the way? Oh, I saw this. This is a little fun fact. Housing. For all you guys who are saying, housing's not going anywhere, man. Right? For all you housing, bullish on people on housing. I'm a landlord, man. I'm totally not biased. Housing's not dumping this year. You think housing's dumping this year? Yeah, man. People with fresh people out of college could definitely afford paying $2-3 grand for rent. It's not going anywhere, man. Well, housing prices are going to keep rising. For all you guys, which is cool. Fastest housing slowdown on record. The fastest housing slowdown. Basically, they measure this by the cumulative change in existing single-family home sales during Fed hiking cycles. And comparative to all the other ones, all these bad boys, this one's going down the fastest. All right, so Just wanted to put that out there. I do think housing is always one of those things that lags, and I do think that's coming in 2023, which, obviously that's not my expertise, but, I just look at the supply and demand, okay? People make the same amount of money as they did 10 years ago. Prices are 2-3 times higher. Something doesn't add up there. Something's going to break, if you know what I mean. All right, anyways. Housing gonna go down. I just got it done working. You have to start all over. Nice. Real estate, the best investment? Yeah, I think long-term good investment, but you also, you gotta be realistic about it. It's not, for me, it's not sustainable for the average person. A lot of us live in a bubble and we think everyone has money. It's not sustainable for the average person to pay $2,000, and as inflation continues up, even more than that a month, right? The average person. Like the average, the medium, do you guys know that the medium, hold on. Let me search this real quick. Bitcoin's coming up a little bit right now. Let me search some. I'm actually genuinely curious. Smack up that like button while we're in here, though. Smack it up, my guys. So Will Smith that like button. Do you need me to bring out Will Smith? Shit, I'll bring out Will Smith. Hold on. I'm going to show you guys one thing. Let me bring this up here. Will Smith that like button. Like it's my face. You see the like button? That's my face, Brent. Will Smith that shit. Look at the screen right now. You see me? I'll take that hit for the Will Smith. Smack that like. No, you don't have to if you don't want to. You can press the dislike button too if you want. It works the same. Let's do this. Let's do median average income in US, right? Some of us live in a bubble. We have to remember that. The median average income in the US is $31,000. Okay, which I actually don't believe that either. I think it's actually lower than that, but that might be. What is the average monthly? Let's see. Median average full-time workers. Median full-time. That doesn't make sense. No way. Okay, whatever. 31,000 is the median kind of thing there. So take that for what you will. Which is about, you take taxes out of that. Okay, let's take 30% off there. Okay, that would give you about 24,000, which is about 2,000 a month. So you're gonna tell me that the average person can afford to pay 2,000? Get out of here, man. 55K. Just liked. I actually thought it was lower than that. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people who don't work at all, which brings that average way down. That's jacked up. So think about that. Think about that for a second. Take taxes out of that. That's like 2,000 a month that you have to spend on everything else. It's not sustainable, man. When it comes to housing, it's just not. As far as especially rents, it's not sustainable. All right, landlords, they pay high prices for housing now because they can get so much for rent. What happens when people can't afford that high rent? Okay, price of housing comes down. It's very simple. I just don't think rents are sustainable the way they are now, especially as the younger generation comes up. Anyways, we'll get over that. Very sad video to watch. Cats is not good. Everyone should aim to optimize happiness, need around 75K. It all depends on your lifestyle, bro. You know what I mean? It all depends on your lifestyle. You gotta live within your means. Listen, there's people that I know that live a worse lifestyle because they buy stupid shit, making 100K plus than people who make a third of that and can do more stuff. Why? Because they don't buy stupid shit with their money. You know what I mean? They're not out there buying clothes and having a car payment on a car they can't afford and having a big house that they can't afford. If you live by your means, you can be happy really making anything. I mean, obviously you just got to live by your means. Listen, making more money doesn't solve anything if you spend more money. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, I'm sort of getting off track here. 17,063 for BT Sizzle. My nizzle. Let's see what we got going on here, man. Quit smoking the vape pen. Oh, I don't smoke a vape pen. I don't smoke no vape pen. Who smokes vape pens in here? I know people who smoke vape pens. I don't know anything about that. I don't know if that's worse for you, better for you, cheaper, more expensive. I don't really know anything about that, so I can't comment on that. In my opinion, you probably shouldn't smoke cigs or do that. But if you have to do it, I guess do the one that's cheaper and more healthy for you. All right, so 17,065. Come on, BT Sizzle. Give us a little, I'm just going to say something so wrong, man. What is wrong with my mind, dude? Holy moly. All right, so I hope at least Bitcoin can come up and test this level here tonight. I don't know if it's going to have enough juice tonight. The volume on this is pretty lackluster, but let's see what we got. I mean, ultimately, like we said, we want to see Bitcoin able to smack back into this little wedgie here. Bitcoin could smack back into the wedgie. I think that's a good sign going into tomorrow. Stock market futures going into tomorrow. What do we got cooking here? Jeff said long CVID. Hey, man, it could be. It could be. I think I've had that like 4 times, man. I've had that 4 times. Probably 4 times. 3 or 4 times. I don't know. But you never know nowadays. Every time you get sick, you think it's the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? Like whenever you're sick, you're like, shit. I got this. Now when I get sick, I'm like, okay, I'm sick. You know what I mean? But like last year, if you got sick, you were like, shit, man. This is it. This year you're like, I'm sick. All right, so S&P futures coming up a little bit going into tomorrow. What's this is the VPAD chart. Let's come back over here, over to some of these. Got some altcoins coming up. Let's see, DXY. Did we talk about the DXY today? No, we didn't. So the DXY, this is on the 6-hour chart. You can really go to any chart. I just like, it paints the picture a little bit better here. The DXY on the 8-hour chart, look at this. This is a big level here. You see this coming across? We've been talking about this level consistently. This is such a big level support resistance. You see the DXY, what it basically did today. It retraced to its previous support levels and actually is finding resistance there. Right, so you're flipping these supports into resistance. That's a good sign for the DXY going into tomorrow. Now, will that last? I don't know. But that kind of goes with my theory that maybe you see the DXY continue down tomorrow. Right, come and tag this 103 level where the S&P actually gets one more push back up to try to test this level, which then in turn, whatever Bitcoin does, if it comes back down here, or just go straight back up depending on the 2 scenarios, and Bitcoin gets that push back up, okay? And then basically the DXY finds support here. I do think the DXY will hover at 103 for a while. Why? Just look left. Look left. You got a massive high from March of 2020, peak high, and let's go left, peak high from December 2016. So that lines up very perfectly for that sort of scenario to play out, which is maybe a little upside going into next week. And then ultimately, do we get smacked down by Fed Powell again? That's been the play. No, it's been the little play. I don't know about you. Lay here to job on December, eh? December, eh? I can't do that. Can you guys do that? Eh? I can't do that. Hey, buy some Safe Moon hat. Hey, come get some Safe Moon hat. That was literally me who did that. I was pretty, when I did that, I was pretty impressed with myself. Now, man, I can't even do that anymore. Come get some Safe Moon hat. Let me try it again. Come get some Safe Moon hat. I sound like I'm smart. Now I just need a suit. I got the smart accent. Now I just need the suit. Holy moly. Imagine if I had an English accent and a suit on. You guys would take me seriously. Holy moly. It's true. You guys know it's true. All right, let's see. So what happens once we're all superhuman with Neuralink? Dude, I got to look into this Neuralink shit. People say they wouldn't get the Neuralink. Bro, someone said this on Twitter the other day. If Neuralink literally, okay, Pal More Nothing Burgers. Oh, Nothing Burger. Mike, you know what it is. Nothing Burger. He says the same shit every time. If it comes out, if they come out with 50, I don't care. If they come out with 50 again, okay. So basically, if CPI is lower and they come out with 50 basis points, that's all I care about. Powell's going to say the same shit he always does. Okay, I think everyone knows that at this point. But the important thing for CPI is that inflation continues to come down, right? Same thing for PCE, that comes down too. And also, right, we get that 50 basis point hike, which is showing that they are open to slowing down. That's what we want to see next week. But anyways, what was I saying? What was I talking about? Someone was saying on Twitter, if the Neuralink can actually put a browser in your brain where like all you have to do is just say, you know, how do I do this? And you just think it. You think it. How do I do this? You think it. And you just instantly know. Imagine that. Some people say I wouldn't want to do that. But like if you didn't have it, you would be at such a disadvantage where you would like eventually if everyone started to get that, everyone that had it would be so much smarter than you, you'd be kind of be useless. You know what I mean? So it's almost one of those things you could say, yeah, I'm not going to get it, but okay. Everyone who has it's going to be a lot more useful. You know what I mean? I don't know. I have to read more into it. But, you know, some of that shit, I hear about that shit is crazy, man. That's the Matrix. It's the Matrix, man. The future's coming. Listen, I always say this. Look at the technology we had 30 years ago, bro. The internet was just coming out. Look at all the shit. The whole world's run on the internet now. 30 years ago, 40 years ago, people laughing at the internet. The internet? Now if we didn't have the internet, right? I mean, you had jokers 40 years ago going, the internet? No one's ever going to use that. That's never going to work. That's some fairy tale. Right? Phones, same thing. And people will say you're crazy. You can talk in a box. It's going to come out somewhere else. You're an idiot. Look what we can do now with phones and the internet. We have no idea what's going to be in here. Give it another 10 years, bro. We have no idea what we're going to be able to do. Okay. Now, obviously, over time, the technology curve slows down because we can only. Eventually, it's like a curve. You know, you can only invent so much shit. But I don't think that curve is done, if you know what I mean. Cars, horses are better. Black Mirror, yeah, there's some good Black Mirror episodes. I would say all of them aren't good, but there's some good ones, right? Like the social credit score system. It's a cool idea, okay? I like the ideas that they present. And a lot of their ideas are already coming true. Like the social credit system, I believe, is already going on in China, no? All right, come on, BTC. Give me some of this. Give me some of that juice. Give me some of that little juicy juice. Hackers will love the brain chips. Can you imagine making people shit themselves on command? That would be hilarious, right? You're just like, I really want to make him shit. And then you just laugh. That would be great. All right, any altcoins doing anything insane? Let's see. Yeah, they're all just kind of chilling like a little villain right now, man. Chilling like a villain. We haven't checked out Bitcoin dominance in a while. Let's check out Bitcoin dominance. What has that been doing? Any keys that in the Bitcoin dominance? All right, I guess we could look at it without altcoins. Do I have it without altcoins here? I did. Is this it without altcoins? Yeah. So this is Bitcoin dominance without altcoins. So this one, I mean, this one still doesn't look bullish, man. Like I keep hearing about this, you know, everyone's like, oh, altcoins. I keep hearing about this altcoin dominance rising back up. I still haven't seen it yet, right? It's a year later. Still haven't seen it. But, you know, I still look at this and I guess you're just sort of range bound. Not really much going on with this to really say anything. Let's go to the daily. The little daily chart. Yeah, there's not really much going on with this, man. You just kind of up, down, up, down, up, down on this little altcoin. If you take out stable coins, this little, I guess, like they call it the altcoin dominance. The altcoin dominance, because it's the altcoin dominance now. At least for now. Who knows what's going to happen after. Come on, BT Sizzle, give me a little juice.
Wrap up. We're going to the moon.
Give me a little juice. Wake me up when we have weaponized nipples. Like in is it Austin Powers? Austin Powers, they had the weaponized nipples, right? They came out and they were like, imagine Jabba with weaponized nipples. He'd be going nuts. He can do like 360 degrees. He can go, whoop. Jabba can just whip around his nipples. Someone's behind him. Boop. Oh my lord. All right, man. Let's stop being weird. Let's stop being weird. Look at where ETH is, guys. ETH is tagged that underside of this belly, right? So this is the trigger point for Ethereum. ETH breaks back above these lows, just like it did right here. We were looking for the same thing there. We were like, okay, if ETH comes back here, gets rejected, it's going lower. If it's able to reclaim, awesome. It's coming back up to test the highs. Same sort of deal that we're looking at now. ETH fell below this level. It's finding resistance on it now. If it's able to reclaim, it's coming to test the highs again. If it can't, coming to test the lows. This is a very just easy setup where it's just the highs, it's the mid-range, it's the lows. Just play at 3 levels there. Get rid of those. Boom. Best part of the show. I'm a couple minutes behind, but laughing at the internet kind of like they laugh at crypto now. It's very true, man. Crypto. I mean, I would say I don't think crypto is as much as. Listen, I'm a believer in crypto for the long term, but I also don't think it's as much as a technological advance as the internet is. Right? The internet changed everything, man. The internet is huge. Can you imagine a life without internet now? Everything's on the internet. You guys are watching this stream because of the internet. You guys are chatting in the chat because of the internet. You guys are on your phones because of the internet. You know what I mean? You guys know how to make the food you made tonight because of the internet. You know? If the internet all of a sudden went out, we would all be clueless, man. Clueless. I live on Google. That's what I do. I live on Google. Like I told you guys, I'm learning some new languages, programming languages right now. If Google didn't exist, I don't know how people learn that shit, right? Because if you get stuck, like, how do I Google it, how do I do this? Okay? I go, and it tells me right away. Now, what do you have to do? Go in a textbook and find it?
Nope.
Nope. Not a chance. Not a chance in hell. All right, guys. What is it? 8:21 here? 8:21. We're just kind of kicking it today and sort of kicking it. If you missed what my expectations for Bitcoin are, you can rewind to the beginning of the show. Same thing for Ethereum. Very simple setups. Nothing crazy. I mean, we keep it simple over here. Keep it very, very simple. But, yeah, I mean, man, right now we're just in a very boring waiting period, guys. So I understand, like, if you're bored of crypto right now, I understand, because it's one of those things where we are actually at an important level for crypto, right? Total market cap below the lows, sitting right below the lows on total market cap, right? Stock market sitting right at resistance, right? So we actually are at some big levels, but man, I don't blame anyone for being bored, and I can tell people are bored, very, very bored. I am bored. Encyclopedia Britannica. CSS isn't a programming language. CSS, man. CSS. Drunk Bear, you're so true. It's so right, man. That is so true. I just get every day. True. Imagine having to read books. Imagine not knowing something, and then in order for you to know something, you have to go and buy the book. Or you have to go to the library to find one question. You have to go, okay, how do I get an Ajax request to do this, right? Some random shit, right? And in order for you to find out, you have to go all over the library, find the book, find the answer to that one question, and then go back home and do it. I don't know what people did back in the days, right? If any of you guys are programmers or do anything, actually, I'm kind of an idiot actually, because if there was no internet, there were not as many programmers. Holy shit! I just had a Bob moment. How did people program before the internet? Man, how did people learn that? How did people learn how to code the internet before the internet existed? Oh, man. That's pretty close to how it worked. You went to the library and would get a book, take it home, figure shit out, and take it back. That's a lot of work, man. That's a lot of work. All right, let's see what we got. So Bitcoin's still moseying its way up slowly here. Slowly but surely, which is cool. Which is cool. I wish it was coming up a little bit faster here so we can decide, okay, what is it going to do here? But it wants to slowly do it. That's what we do. They wrote the textbooks. Sure. I miss arguing with friends about something and not having Google for the answer. True, because no one knows. Now everyone... I saw a funny meme the other day where people were like, okay, people looked at their phone, like, it was basically when you win a fight with your friend after looking up the Google answer, and it was a pretty funny meme. It was a pretty funny meme, which is so true, right? Because now you can just fight with someone, and if they're not right and you know you're right, you can go, let me Google it. See? You know? All right. So, yeah, guys. Yeah. Should I leave you on that? I don't know if I should. I mean, listen, I didn't start the stream with the elf hat. Ever since I put on the elf hat, Bitcoin's been coming up, you know? And I don't know. Should we jinx it or should we not jinx it? Let me know. Let me see. Let me end this poll, by the way. Let me end that little poll on the 42% bullish. 42% bullish. I don't believe that. I think a lot of you guys are trolling the polls. You're trolling those polls, man. I don't believe a lot of you guys. Before the internet, heard everyone is scared of a rate hike. Jerome, there's Jerome Powell in the chat. What's going on, Jerome the Gnome? All right, guys. I think I am gonna call it a night here. So far, we're looking okay. Okay, we're looking okay so far going into tomorrow. Bitcoin's coming up, bouncing off support again. Once again, this is the level to watch right here. Really the midway point of this vector candle right here, right? Right around 17,180. Right around that level is the big area to watch for BTC. We reclaim that, close up here. It's a good shot. I think we come right up and test 17,600 for that kind of last spike up. And if Bitcoin really wants to rip up, like if the stock markets are bullish tomorrow, then if we really want to spike up, I wouldn't be surprised if we spike up even a little bit higher to like 18K, somewhere in that range. That's obviously the uber bullish scenario. If we can't reclaim this, I think we come back down to 16.6, but then we still get that last spike up. As we went over it earlier today, that most of the times before these big dumps or before we even retest lows, Bitcoin does get 3 smacks to the upside before retracing. All right, so I'm going to leave it at that. Let's see what the S&P does tomorrow. So far, so good, bouncing off support perfectly, man. Look at that. You can't make this shit up. I love when a day just goes absolutely smoothly and perfectly. But that so far, so good on that. DXY should be coming down too. So far, so good. Let's see where we wake up in the morning, my friends. Adios. Have a fantastic night. Don't do anything I want to do. Don't pay extra crypto. Most of all, don't pay extra crypto. But don't be afraid to take profits on the bear market rallies after buying supports in the bear markets. Just for you, Johnny. Peace.